Easy run, steady run, recovery run, whatever you call them, they tend to make up the main bulk and majority of your running training. But what does easy run really mean? How far and how long should it be? And most importantly, what pace should it be at? Well, today I'm going to be trying to clear all of that up for you and exploring just how easy your easy run should be. Right then, I don't know about you, but when I cast my eyes over a training plan, I do allow my eyes to be more drawn towards those spicier, meatier, and I guess you could call them more glamorous workouts. You know, the fast intervals, the hard tempo runs, even the long run. But in reality, they quite often take up a smaller percentage of our overall training volume when compared to the easier and steadier runs. And that is the crucial point really, because it's these easier and steadier runs where some of the biggest improvements in our fitness can be made, because they're an opportunity for us to adapt from all that hard work that's gone into those harder and key workouts. So what is an easy run? Well, essentially, and in very basic terms, it should be completed at a controlled effort and a comfortable pace. I quite often describe it as a conversational pace, a pace that you could happily chat away to a training partner or friend whilst doing it. Now, in terms of time or distance, well, there isn't really any set limit with this, but if you are doing some harder key workouts in your training, they're not going to be any longer than those. In fact, quite often they'll be a little bit shorter. However, the primary aspect of an easy run is determined by its relative effort. It should be completed at an easy pace that theoretically you could sustain all day long. Now I say theoretically because I'm not suddenly expecting you all to be able to run a marathon or a 24-hour ultra, but should someone ask you to run an extra kilometre or two, you're not suddenly going to be keeling over on the floor. Now, of course, you may be wondering, what is the purpose of these easy runs in a training plan when all you want to do is to get faster and to improve your performance? Well, it's worth reminding ourselves that an easy run does place significantly less stress and impact on our bodies as opposed to one of these harder key workouts, but yet still helps and improves that all-important base aerobic mileage. And also, the easy run is one of the most effective ways of improving our aerobic capacity and cardiovascular system, which in essence kind of forms the foundation from which our speed and endurance can be improved through these key workouts. And that again is where the easy run comes in, because they're perfect as a form of recovery from those harder workouts. So it's kind of double win. You're getting recovery, but also base aerobic mileage. Right then, how do we navigate how easy an easy run should be? Well, this is the great thing and the beauty of an easy run. They literally can be as easy as you want them to be. You really can't run an easy run too slowly, but you can run them too fast. The only limiting factor really to an easy run is your form and technique. Now, sometimes as we slow our pace down, our form and technique can alter in a bad way and almost make the easy run counterproductive. But as long as you can hold your form and technique good and well, then really, if you want to, drop that pace right down. Now, making it sound like a breeze, but as many of you will know, it's not that easy. Having that self-restraint and that discipline to drop our pace down can actually be really difficult, and quite often we find ourselves settling into a pace and a rhythm that sort of sits in that grey area of being easy but not really, and ultimately ending up not an easy run at all. So to make sure that we don't fall into this trap, it's a good idea to have a basic understanding of our training levels and zones. And the first step towards figuring these out is knowing our threshold, which is short for lactate threshold, which in very simplistic terms is the point at which we switch from working aerobically to anaerobically. Now, if you want to find out your own threshold, well, I have a full dedicated video on that already, and well, to break it to you, it does require a 30-minute all-out effort. But from that, you can calculate what we call our zones. And specifically today, we're focusing on our zone 1 and zone 2. So for the heart rate zones, we can calculate them based on the threshold value provided by that 30-minute effort. And it's known as our lactate threshold heart rate, LTHR. And they're represented as less than 85% of LTHR for zone 1 and 85% to 89% of LTHR for zone 2. And when talking about pace, we refer to these as a functional threshold pace, FTP. And these zones would be slower than 129% of FTP for zone 1, also 78%, and 114 to 129% of FTP for zone 2, or also 78 to 88%. So for example, if your 30-minute effort provided you with a lactate threshold heart rate of 165 BPM and a corresponding pace of 7:10 minute mile or 4:27 minute kilometer, then you'd aim for the following heart rate and pace values to ensure that you're keeping your run easy. Heart rate for zone 1 would be less than 119, and for zone 2, then it would increase to between 120 to 134 BPM. And from a pace perspective, then zone 1 would be slower than 9:15 minute mile or approximately 5:45 minute per kilometer. And then into zone 2, this would be between 9:15 and 8:10 minute mile or 5:45 and 5:05 minute kilometer. So fundamentally, those numbers should look nice and low and slow, depending on whether you're focusing on heart rate or pace. Now, on the face of it, an easy run shouldn't be that difficult to get right? But actually, it's probably the element of training that most of us need most help with, because we do run them too fast. And it's worth pointing out that doing our easy runs too fast may not only have an effect on our key workouts, those harder workouts, by detracting from them, but also you could run the risk of overtraining or even an overuse injury. So there we go. Hope you have enjoyed today's video. If so, please do give it a thumbs up, give it a like. Don't forget to give us a follow over on social media and subscribe just down below.